I voted for Donald Trump, and now I regret it, because now, since Elon Musk took over, I lost my job. This last night in the hotel, I was ahead of the broken pencil department, and I just got word that it's pointless.
I've seen the light, and I got out of MAGA. A lot of us there have seen the light. We have deep regrets.
I feel guilty because I voted for Trump twice. I feel very guilty because I feel responsible. That's why he's still running.
I was with Trump for 9 straight years. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in Trump right now. I'm no longer rocking with Trump.
I used to be a MAGA Republican, and now I've turned blue. And it makes me emotional to know that I ever fucking stood by idly and blind and let that shit happen.
Because I know that I have been a Trump supporter, and I can no longer say that I am MAGA. And
I regret my vote for Trump.
I voted for Trump. I'm done. I don't have any more resilience in me.
So I keep seeing posts that people are saying, leaving MAGA. Everybody's leaving MAGA. People haven't regrets. No, they're not. They're not. Absolutely not having regrets. To the MAGA people, you won. Bravo. You won. You supported your person. You were behind him. Y'all had a movement. You still have it going. That's going strong. Y'all are being the most supportive people I've ever seen in my lifetime. Because no matter what happens, y'all are 100% 10 toes down. Y'all are in. But to those people, I say now, the people who are waving the flag of, get them out of here. We need to get them out of here. Libtards, the blacks are taking all of the assistance, and I can't get... All that's over now, my friends. So if you don't succeed at this point, you will have to be accountable, and there'll be nobody to blame anymore.
Recently, the hashtag Leaving MAGA has been trending on multiple platforms, with people who previously supported Donald Trump starting to question that support based on the things they see happening in the government that they don't think are great, and I have thoughts. You see, every once in a while when I make those videos that are like finding people who did bad things, it will lead to MAGA people starting to follow me. Like the one recently where the guy attacked the kid on the dirt bike. Yeah, on Twitter, I got a huge influx of MAGA supporters that started following me because they didn't like that, even though people who know that guy told me that he's like a huge Trump supporter. So in the days that have followed, I've started to see a drop-off because the rest of my content, they don't love. And there are those who say, maybe you shouldn't be so aggressive with your words. Now's the time to extend a little kindness. You're never going to win them over if you're telling them how horrible they are. I don't want to win them over. I don't want to convince them of shit. It's 2025. If you're still supporting Donald Trump today, you're a bad person. That being said, that does not mean that I think you're irredeemable and you can't wake the fuck up. And in that case, I'm happy to have you start figuring your shit out. I'll give you an example. Back when Donald Trump posted about how he hated Taylor Swift, there was a woman who was a huge Trump supporter on TikTok. And she made a video where she said, I deleted all my videos supporting Donald Trump. I can't believe he said that about Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. That's too far for me. I don't support Donald Trump anymore. And her comment section was lit up with people being like, this is what did it. This, not all the crimes against humanity and the sexual assaults and everything else. Him just being mean to Taylor did it. We don't want you. Fuck off. And I left a comment there that said, you don't get to choose what the straw looks like. And by that, I mean the straw that breaks the camel's back. See, I think some people don't understand what that expression means. It's not that a single straw broke a camel's back. It's that there was a pile of millions of straws, and then one last straw was the one that pushed it over. We don't get to pick what the event or the thing is that makes the scales fall from someone's eyes. But usually after that happens, they start seeing all the other stuff and being like, oh shit, oh, and this, and then he did this, oh, that's really awful. Reality is all I'm doing is trying to wake up each day and be slightly less shitty than I was the day before. I post videos in the hopes that I inspire others to do the same, and maybe when we find things that we can all do something about, we collectively do that. But I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not going to use sweet words and tell you it's okay while you support people who are actively doing harm. That part you have to figure out on your own.
Well, hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Natskunda Esther. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your love and support. 16,000 of you. I know at this point, some people might be wondering, Esther, Why do you keep on making such videos of people crying for help? I mean, I know they did something wrong, but like, you don't have to be shoving it in our faces 24/7. See, the thing is, Democrats are happy that Republicans are crying. I don't know what people expected. And for me, ladies and gentlemen, knowing very well that Democrats, apart from like black people having warned people about Donald Trump, because I feel like there is no one who has gotten a better experience of the American life, the good, the bad, and the ugly, than an African American. And then you add on all the Democrats, regardless of their race. I feel like they done telling everybody things before voting, okay? Because people's opinions were very out there, open, valid, experiential. Like, people were very expressive of their thoughts, their experiences, what they've gone through, what they don't want to see. And I mean, so many Republicans came on and they started. Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, when we see Democrats laughing at MAGA, let's not forget the time Republicans came and laughed and shoved their Trump in the faces of Democrats, most especially black people. Like, it was like a lottery win. It was like a ticket to heaven. It was like, oh my God, life has gotten much better. We are shoving it in your face as black people, as Democrats, that Trump is our guy, and we have all fours in his hands. Like, we are putting our lives in his hands, and we need you guys to know, you've been oppressed, you're about to get more oppressed. Like, people were very excited about the idea of a new rule of colonialism and imperialism and white supremacy. Like, that is what people were excited about, and that is what they kept on mocking black people for. That is what Republicans kept on mocking Democrats for. Or because they feel like, oh, Obama was too black. Or Kamala, now we're going to have a first female president who is going to be black. I mean, it made sense kind of like maybe to Republicans that, oh, Joe Biden was white. But I feel like it even triggered people, the fact that Kamala Harris was to be the next president. And they did everything possible that they could to shove it in the faces of the people, that we are not letting this woman win. She's a woman, she's a black woman, is she a female president? Are you kidding me? We would do whatever it takes to show you that Trump is gonna be our guy. So right now, when you see Democrats laughing, let them be.
To all those people that want to leave MAGA now, saying that he promised this, he promised that, I don't know how you could trust somebody who made a fake university, scammed tons of people out of their money, and never gave it back, and they never went to college at Trump University. I don't know how you could trust somebody who is banned from doing business in New York City and New York in general because he's been found guilty of fraud. I don't know how you could trust somebody who has 34 convicted felonies on his record. I don't know how you could trust that he wasn't a part of Project 2025 when he has over 100 members in his cabinet alone, and Miss KK Caroline was in some of the videos to promote Project 2025. I don't know how you could trust somebody when they said straight to your face that they were going to treat our government like a business. His business. I don't know how you could trust anybody who has a very hateful sentiment towards anybody that's not white, and his first decree is to deport people and not help us save on grocery prices. The signs were all there. It's not even just a Democrat Republican thing. It is a look with my eyes and research thing. So, thoughts and tariffs, my friend.
So there's a trend going around on TikTok now, leaving MAGA. It doesn't surprise me. But people are starting to realize that, we might have made a mistake. I think we made a mistake. So search hashtag leaving MAGA and you'll just find tons of videos of people who are regretting their decision. Which is, I know the last 2 weeks have been insane in America. But, I mean, the stuff that he has said all along, and just all of the lies that he's been telling ever since he first started running, and the fact that he says things that are just absolutely bonkers and completely made up, you guys still voted for him. People have been telling you since the start, this guy's no good, don't listen to this guy, and you kept listening to him, and now he's in. And I understand you regret it, and you're leaving MAGA, but you might want to look at the playbook of how tyrants take over countries with total control. You might regret it, but there's a chance that you're not going to get rid of him now at all. like, you've done this, and this is happening. So you can be sorry, but it's happened, and that's it now. But yeah, I searched the hashtag leaving MAGA. It's interesting to see.
So you guys are leaving the guy. You're seeing how he is not for you and he is doing things to hurt you. Here's a little tip moving forward when it comes to dealing with other people that already knew he was going to be such an asshole. Number one, y'all cheered about dragging us out of our house as liberals and hurting us in our front yard. Y'all remember that? We do. Y'all also cheered and said the J6 grape squads are getting out. And you would say that about women. And the shit y'all said about women. You men in that group, the shit y'all said to us. I have had so many disgusting things said to me in public by MAGA men. Because I live in Central Arkansas. So, I mean, I live in an area that's a little more liberal. But, y'all said some really terrible. Now, you're being bullied and you want our help. You need to start apologizing to people you care about.
Your vote is a Faustian deal. Ooh, this is gonna ruffle some feathers. I think it'll be fun. That's Kira. She's a snow bingle. Now, let's talk about the 6 stages of the Faustian deal. Now, if you don't know what a Faustian deal is, you're gonna wanna run to Google and look it up because I'm not here to educate the idiots. Love you. Now, the first step of Faustian deal is a desperate individual. And anybody that was going to the polls this year qualifies as a desperate individual. I know I was. I was desperate to go and vote and try to do my tiny little part to make a difference. Now, they are willing to make a significant sacrifice. Sadly, one side of the vote was only willing to sacrifice others, and so they made their mark. The first step in the Faustian deal is the desperate individual. The second is the tempting force, right? The thing that is tempting, that supernatural influence, whether it's the promise that women are gonna go back to serving you, they're no longer gonna talk about the boot you have on their neck. Immigrants are no longer going to be different. You know, like, people are no longer going to be diverse, right? Like, this radical imagined force of promise that the Cheeto offered. It's completely illogical and it's completely based in dysfunction, but it is the second aspect of a Faustian deal, the tempting force. The third aspect of a Faustian deal is the pact. This is the actual vote, and it goes in 3 stages. You must certify. It's when you take your ID and you sign on the little thing, you certify it's you, right? Then you make your mark on the ballot. And then you confirm that you did, in fact, intend to make that mark. And you send it through the little thing, the sorter, right? And the person asks you, oh, are you finished? Have you done? And then they give you your I voted sticker, which is a consolation prize. So that's the third aspect. The fourth aspect is the worldly benefit, the immediate gains that happen. 222 on the timer. This is when the win happened. They got the W and they were all excited. So the fifth aspect is the price or the actual cost of the Faustian deal. And it is your soul. It is your actual moral integrity, because not a single person marked their ballot, signed to certify, and confirmed their vote without completely understanding the integrity it took to cast that vote. It highlighted either a complete lack of inner integrity based in fear, based in hate, and that is what is here. So there is no leaving MAGA, right? The final aspect, and this is what we're watching right now with such great excitement, the tragic downfall. So sad, so sad. And this is the inevitable consequence. Now, does this make it makes a living hell for all of us? No, I'm completely fine. And I know lots of other women of all different heritages and all different races and all different classes that are also completely fine. Yeah, are we watching the world like, holy shit, this is crazy? But we're taking care of each other. We love each other. We support each other. But this tragic downfall, we see benefits being frozen, Social Security being frozen, research being frozen. Yeah, Elon made this whole thing about wanting to bring the best minds, but if you close the research center, where are those best minds gonna work? Right? So you close all the labs, so it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
I want to preface what you're about to see by noting I am not looking for sympathy or validation here. I was just expressing some remorse and some grief and some sorrow, because I think it can help a lot of people to kind of process through that. A lot of people who were like me voted for Trump and have to account for that. There are moments where I'm just overcome with grief and regret, not anger, not rage, but just grief and regret over having voted for Trump in 2016. And I get that I've come a long way. I get all that. That doesn't take away those moments. It does not take away the regret, the guilt. I mean, I can work through it, and I do that regularly for a lot of different issues, not just who I voted for in 2016, but I just wanted to document this because this is one of those moments. I just saw the Kamala Harris ad talking about how she is the president for all the people and how Trump has a history of wanting to withhold aid from people who didn't vote for him. And I was responsible. I was partly responsible for putting him in office. I was part of that crowd. And that's something I'm going to have to live with. And I will. But there are moments like right now where that can be overwhelming.
Well, y'all, I never thought I'd say it, but I'm going to say it. I regret voting for Donald J. Trump. I regret it. I regret it. I can't believe it. He is getting rid of the USAID. These people were literally making it so that people in Arab countries that throw gay and transgender people off of buildings, he was, he got rid of the program that was teaching them to have tolerance for those people. The USAID was spending millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to try to integrate transgenderism and all that into their daily life. We were spending millions upon millions upon millions of dollars to teach diversity to Middle Eastern countries, y'all.
I need you to hear me on this. I need you to seriously hear me, because I mean this 100%. I mean this. I feel this so deeply in my gut. If you voted for Trump, if you voted for him and you regret your choice, you are no better. You are no better than the people who voted for him and don't regret it. You think just because you feel guilty now, that you deserve forgiveness, that we should embrace you? Fuck you. You didn't vote for him because of what you thought you were gonna gain. You voted for him knowing what was gonna be taken away from everybody else. You just didn't think that you would be a part of it. You thought that you were gonna be protected, that you were gonna be excluded. But newsflash, dummy, he doesn't fucking care about you. He doesn't give a fuck about you. He never did, which we have been saying, which everybody else has been saying. But now that it affects you, now that you are gonna have to realize these next 4 years how shitty it's gonna get for you too. Now you want all of us to embrace you. You don't deserve fucking forgiveness. You really don't. Fuck out of here, fucking trash. Like, I fucking hate you guys, and hate is such a strong word. If you know anything about me, I was just about to end this video, but no, if you know anything about me, you know that I try to go for the peaceful route first. I don't try to use the word hate, but I fucking hate you guys. You guys don't fucking have empathy. You don't have compassion. You only care about yourself. You're incapable of caring about anyone else unless it affects you. That's disgusting. You're vile. You're fucking sick. And I have no more patience left for any of you guys. And a lot of people feel that way.
You don't have to congratulate you, MAGA. Promises made, promises kept. You wanted lower taxes, that's what you voted for.
And that's what you're going to get. If you make more than $743,000 a year, you will see a decrease in your tax bill of roughly $61,000. If you're in the bottom 60% like most of the rest of us, then you're going to see a decrease in your tax bill of $400. Now, the problem with that is that creates a deficit of roughly $4 trillion. That's going to have to be funded some way. What is the current plan that they have in order to fund that? Well, their current plan is to cut out $880 million of Medicaid. What's the current annual budget of Medicaid, you may ask? It's $880 billion. That still doesn't equal the $4 trillion that they're needing to come up with, so what is the rest of this money going to come from? 20% of SNAP benefits, gone. And so, again, congratulations, you're getting lower taxes. At what expense? On the backs of the most needy and vulnerable people in our society. But what happened to all that money that we were sending condoms and stuff to Hamas and gender-affirming care for Peruvian children? Where did all that go?
This goes out to all the MAGA that are regretting their vote. We don't care. We want to see you suffer. And we're never going to feel bad for you.
I never thought this day will come. Well, I'm going to regret what I did. I really regret voting for this guy. I'm working on this program for the sound power phones batteries. We're researching these batteries for these sound power phones, and they cut off our funding. It is really sad. You get to the office and they tell you, we're no longer going to fund your research for these batteries for these sound power phones. And you know what makes me sad is that these batteries were going to make such an impact on the lives of our deployed troops, especially the sailors out there. And these are for vital communications on board the ships. So I truly regret now my vote. And I hope more people speak up just like I did.